Okay, well, hey neighbors, welcome to the Shit Shop and this edition of Dr. Tune It Up. We're not really doing a diagnostics on this saw. Eric did start it and it runs decent. We just are going through it and servicing it. So we're going to clean out the carburetor, possibly rebuild it, replace the fuel filter, which we'll have to order. I think I just used my last McCulloch filter. We'll check the condition of the fuel line, see if that needs replaced, the air filter, and then we'll just tidy it up a little bit and it'll be ready to go for Eric. And I just want to make sure I wrote down properly what we're doing. Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this big ass 24-inch bar and chain off of it. It is a beautiful bar and chain. Hopefully you can see it in the thumbnail. Give you a view of the bar here. There's our whole saw and my messy ass bench, which is part of why I don't get good thumbnails in the winter time. Not good places to take them outside usually on my property. You have to take a hike to get a good thumbnail picture. And so that's one of the biggest things that slows my getting footage to the internet, is that that whole process of making a thumbnail. Oh, you know what? I left my other drill inside, so we'll make do with what we have. But gotta get this big old bar off first. So we'll just do our two half-inch nuts here, or 9/16, 13 mil, whatever they are. I think it's half-inch. Oh, I got a double on here. Okay, they're using one as a spacer, I guess. Huh? On both of them, it looks like. Well, that's interesting enough. Maybe their bars or their studs are stripped out down low, so they use these instead. I'm not really sure. Okay, chain brakes disengaged. We'll slide that bad boy off. Hopefully, don't want to lose that nut they have on there. Okay, there's that. Kind of dirty, so we'll clean that up with the air before we put it back on. Okay, and then your air filter and your carburetor. Oh, you guys moved. I don't know why the stand isn't staying right here. Oh, I thought I got that sumbitch pretty tight. Apparently not. Okay, I think that's a little better. You'll find your air filter and your carburetor under here. Then you got your tank up here. This should be held on by two 8 mil nuts. The air filter is actually not that bad. And so, given how hard these can be to find, I'll look for one and see how much it is and make a decision there. Eric usually trusts my judgment. So we'll take these two 8 mil nuts off, hopefully. Bolts, actually. Alright. 1 and 2. And we will set that aside. Oh yeah, look how dirty that is, you guys. Wow, we don't want any of that in our inventory. Okay, you gotta be careful. There's this little elastic band that holds these together. It keeps tension on them so they don't come out of the carburetor. Now your throttle linkage you can unhook from your trigger back here pretty easy. If you pull the trigger in, I believe, you should be able to pull that throttle rod right. Oh, you know, I didn't get the bar off all the way. That might help me. Let's get our chain off first. Man, doesn't want to come off. There we go. Not an easy saw to debar, holy shit. There we are. Just lay this back here out of the way. Now you can see that bar a little bit better. Put our chain up there with it and just remember that it's there so we don't cut our fingers off. Okay. There's that. And then under here, if you pull your trigger, should be able to see your throttle rod right here goes into your trigger and it should push out. don't want to push on it too far. If it doesn't come out easy, I always check on things, and you don't want to break stuff on these saws. Okay, so I'm going to take my needle nose like this and just kind of get it that last little bit of the way. And now that's loose, and that allows you to work with this stuff. Now you're going to want to take your grommet out. Okay. First I'm going to try pushing it. See if that works. It did not. Oh, is this one of the ones that goes in? Yeah, it does. It goes in. Never mind. Okay, I'm going to back off my idle screw some just to get that out of the way. Make it a little easier. On these old saws, the more you can get out of the way, the better. Okay. I don't think we will get a bunch of pressure out of the tank, but just in case. Yeah, it looks like this has the aftermarket fuel line on it. And so it has been replaced at some point. Oh, damn, and it's on there, though. Wow. Yeah, she's on there good. There we go, we're almost there. Pry that the rest of the way off. There we are. Being careful not to rip it. And then I'm just going to see if fuel does shoot out. It does not, so I don't need those hemostats putting pressure on our tank. And now, our carburetor is very, very tight. So we're going to have to break that seal. There we go. Lift it up. Get your grommet in. You can go ahead and pull that off and get it out of the way. Set that aside. Okay, and then you're just going to kind of work this stuff all so it comes out. You don't want to bend it, okay? You've got that one you can pull through. Really, technically, I probably could just leave it on and take this off if I wanted to. And then just twist that way. And then we can remember to put that back on and then feed that through. The gasket stayed on there. But where it's bubbled and old, I probably will replace it. I do have some of these intake gaskets, so we'll probably replace it. But for now, we're going to go ahead and put a paper towel in here so we can blow it out and not get anything in our motor. Let's go ahead and this side of the fuel line feels perfect. I'm gonna check the other side real quick. I believe we already checked his filter and found that it was in pretty decent shape. Or maybe no, I think we put a Walbro on here. Let's find out. No, I can't remember. Damn it! It's been a month or two since Eric was here. Yeah, a little bit pliable in the tank, but that's normal with these McCullochs. Aftermarket fuel lines do that too. Filter's kind of dirty. See, I don't have any of these filters. I need to get some. And so I will just clean this. It's actually not that bad. They're in off-white when you get them anyways. So I'm just going to use this to kind of dry some of the fuel out so I can get a better idea of what kind of condition this is in. Yeah, she's not that bad at all. We'll spray it with some car parts cleaner. Get that nice and washed out. And then I'm going to put it back in. Our fuel line's good. So we're good to go there. Okay. So we'll just put that back in there. Make sure it's in all the way so it doesn't fall out. Drop that back in our tank. Make sure it didn't kink up. It did not. I'm looking at the condition of my cork gasket. It looks pretty good. I don't think I need to replace it. Our sprocket. Oh, wow. Yeah, we definitely need to put a new rim spline on this for Eric, which my other impact's inside, so I will have to go get that. But now we're going to set our saw aside, and the next thing is the carburetor. Trying to get all that debris out of the way, and we don't want to lose that. So set that in there. Okay. And then I'm going to grab my carburetor stand here. And this carburetor looks like a Walbro. Yeah, nice big Walbro. Okay. So let's check what kind of condition it's in. Oh, where'd my little gray screwdriver go? Ruh-roh baggie. I got 2 of them. I just used it. Here it is. Hiding from me, damn it. Thank you, Greasy Shop Rag, for my carburetor stand. I love it. You guys go check out Greasy Shop Rag's channel. He's got a really cool laid-back channel. Doing small engine works. He works on battery powered stuff as well. And so you can learn a lot of, more vast equipment repair from him than you can me, because he works on a lot more different stuff than I do, since he works in a shop. I don't do battery powered stuff. I'm just not interested in working on it. I have a hard enough time keeping up with this stuff, so chainsaws keep me busy. Actually, our pump diaphragm does not look bad at all. I want to make sure I have this kit before I pull this, because if I don't, I'm going to clean it up. Look at our, that's why it's not running right for him. Look at our screen. Look how plugged up that is, neighbors. Look how plugged up that shit is. See that right there? That screen screens the fuel before it drops down to the other side of the carburetor, where it gets pumped by the metering diaphragm, which pumps up and down thousands of times a minute. Okay, so that's plugged right up. So we're going to replace that screen, and I'm going to see if I have this kit. Now, how you find out what kit you need, you can look up on the internet, put in Walbro, and then you have to find the identifiers on the carb, which I don't see them on this one for some reason. Okay, this is an SDC. I should have these. This is going to be a K10-SDC kit. I know, because Walbro's, a lot of the kits for SDC, WAT, WTA. So this should be a K10-SDC, I believe, but you've got your SDC, and then that 2185 down there is for the cover. There usually is numbers on here as well. I'm not quite sure why there are not numbers or identifiers, but it should be that K10-SDC. Let's grab one and find out. Okay, I got our K10-SDC kits. Okay. And I'm just going to look at the components in it. We've got 2 different thickness gaskets. This one takes the thinner one, I think. Yeah, the thinner gasket. And then we've got a diaphragm there, and then we've got our pump diaphragm. So 2 separate diaphragms, and then we've got our metering diaphragm. I don't love opening these up, you guys, in case it's the wrong one, so I try my best. Yep, this is going to be our kit. I'm 99.98% certain. So I'm going to grab one of those. Oh, I've only got one left. I got to order more so I can sell them to you guys. And then I'm going to have to peel this off. Fortunately, these are made of a good material. They don't usually stick. Okay, and then we'll just take a pick to get our screen out. It should come out pretty easily. Okay. And I don't know if this kit has a screen or what all it has in it, but if it doesn't have a screen, I buy the screens in bulk, and so I will have one, no fret. So we're going to open this up. Get these off. Okay, I'm going to clean that up with car parts cleaner real quick. Safety glasses. We even had a chunk of dirt right in here. This cavity was filled quite a ways. Oh, you guys moved again. This thing, I'm going to have to get a better screw thing for in there. The plastic one on the top isn't working. Okay, so now, let me make sure. I don't think these come with a screen, but let me make sure. We're not going to need our Welch plugs. We've got our metering lever, our inlet needle, our wrist pin. This one we won't need. It's the thick one. Here is our pump diaphragm. Here is our gasket for our pump diaphragm side. And here is that second diaphragm that was in on this side, okay? So the order it went in is it had our gasket first over here, okay? It only lines up one way. And then we had this one as well on here. Okay. Whoops. Okay, and then the other one will set on there. Let's go ahead and get a screen. Okay, I've got our screen. Now, I've got the actual tools to work on my carburetor. These are kind of expensive, so unless you do these carburetors a lot, it's not really worth buying. And a lot of times I don't even use it because I don't need to change Welch plugs. But you can use the end of a drill bit to put your screen in. You don't need to go super far. Okay, there's a little... Well, it's going to be in the cover on this one. Yeah, this one doesn't have the little hole. Usually there's a little hole right here that the fuel comes in. And if you don't push your screen far enough and you cover that hole with the side of your screen, you decrease the surface area of the screen. And so it's going to clog up a lot faster. And so I'm just going to set that there. Get it nice and even. And then I'm just going to push it in. And this is formed specifically to put this at the perfect depth. Okay, and there we are. That's it. That's in. Now we can go ahead and put these parts back on. Let's see here. Just trying to make sure I got this right. I'm just going to put this on this side again. Screw it. Okay, there we are. Oh, you know what? I got to do one more thing. I want to go ahead and get the other side undone because I want to spray everything with car parts cleaner. So we'll go to the other side now. And same thing, we'll get our 4 screws off. Okay, there's our 4 screws, and our cover's a little tight, so we're just going to try and use our screwdriver a little bit to kind of pry on it. Sometimes you can just give it a tap, like so. Okay, now this is going to hook onto your metering lever on this one, I believe. That thing is a mess. Dirty as hell. And when you get this off, you don't want to just pull it right here, because that's going to happen, right? And once that happens, it's going to go and do that the whole way around. So I'm going to try and stop that right here. Me and my shaky hands. Ah. Okay, we're going to have one little spot to clean up there. Sometimes they stick a lot, like right there. Sometimes they don't stick at all. Okay, so that's going to take me a few minutes to clean up, but I'm just going to kind of scrape the most of it off with my knife. Okay, very carefully. And then I'm going to use like 220 sandpaper or some 350 sandpaper, and I'll sand it off, and then I'll clean it. I'm not going to take my inlet needle off and out before I clean this because I don't want anything going down in that hole. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take our inlet needle out. I got that gasket all cleaned up, okay? You're going to want to hold this down right here. Take your flathead. And be careful not to strip this out because they're a nightmare to get out if you strip the head down. Okay, you got this magnet, this nice nifty magnet back there. We're replacing these parts, okay? You want to keep your spring. I think I might go ahead and replace that spring too, because I buy those in bulk as well. And it feels like it might need replaced. The one other thing, especially on these older carburetors, is to take out the inlet needles. Pay attention to which one's which on the high and low, because they are often different. Fortunately, sometimes the threads are different sizes, so you can't mix them up. But on a lot of carburetors, you can mix them up, and when they're different, you'll ruin the carburetor. See how those are different? One's longer than the other. Okay, so imagine if I take this one and I put it in where this one goes. Look, I'm gonna destroy my carburetor where this seats. and then it will never work right because it will constantly flood your saw if you do that. So took those out, and we'll spray car parts cleaner through that. We'll spray it through up there, all these various jets, and then we'll go ahead and reassemble. And obviously that's just the reverse of the assembly, so not very hard. Okay, I'm gonna get a different spring and spray all my ports. This is how I do, neighbors. Okay, I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it on the camera, but this is the old spring. This is the new spring. Can you see okay? Let me see. I'm trying to see what you can see. Okay, there we go. You see how the new spring looks longer? It's because this one's worn out and just been squished down and compressed. So, optimal performance will replace that one little 2-cent part. Okay? So, to do that, I'm just going to go back on this side. Oh, I don't like that it doesn't hold this carburetor level. And I can't go through that other hole, but I can set it right there. Okay, I do it that way. I'll put my spring in. I'll go ahead and get my, damn it, if it quits running from me, my wrist pin, my metering lever, and my inlet needle. Which this isn't called an inlet needle technically, but that's what I call it. Okay, put my wrist pin in. And I'll look, you can see you need more wrist pin on this side than this side. So I'll try to get it about where it needs to be. Then I'll hang my inlet needle on it. Okay, like so. And then I'll just kind of try and set it all in there on top of the spring and everything and get one shot there like that. Sometimes I miss, this time I made it. So we'll just hold that down so it doesn't spring out on us. And we'll go ahead and get our screw in. Some guys Loctite these screws. I usually don't because they stay in really good. I've never had one come out on me, so that's why I don't Loctite them. And if I did, it would be putting thread lock on the bolt and letting it dry most of the way before or on the screw and dry most of the way before I put it in. Again, make sure this is not going in tightly because you're probably cross-threading and then you'll snap it. And then your carburetor's ruined unless you're good at extractions. Now, we've got our tool here we can use to check the level of our metering lever. Got our Walbro tool. And we're going to look for SDC. Which I don't... Oh, down here on the bottom, SDC. So, that goes inside like that. And we're perfect. We slide right over it. Okay. We're right level. That's perfect. Okay, normally it's going to go across the whole carburetor body. On these big bold ones, it does not. It goes inside the body. Okay, if you need one of these tools, I will have the link in the description and the pinned comment. And I will also put it for the Zama tool. It's different, so we have two. I don't have one for Tillotson, but if you need either of those, I have them on eBay. If you want to save some money, get a hold of me directly. Through the comments or through my email. All my information is usually in the description as well or somewhere in the video. Okay, so now that we've got that on, we'll go ahead and we're going to put our gasket on. Okay, again, it's only going to fit one way because we got those pegs there that it's going to sit on. And then this needs to hook onto this metering lever. I dropped the other, here, like this. Okay, it's going to hook on like that. Okay, and it's going to hang from it. Or the metering lever would technically hang from it. See that? Okay. Now, so we'll put that on. It's in. Line it up. Go ahead and put our cover back on. Uh-oh. What did we do with our cover, neighbors? Here it is. I cleaned it up nice. So put that back on. It was our smaller screws for this side, I believe. We'll put our 4 screws in. When you're tightening these down, it's always wise to go in a crisscross pattern. Like that, okay? That way everything tightens down nice and smooth and that cover doesn't get warped. Okay, then we'll go to our other side. We've got our screen in. We've got all these lined up. We will go ahead and put this cover on. I believe it goes this way. Yes, it does. Gonna make sure everything lines up, and it's a little bit tough when you got 3 because only 2 of them fit on the little the little nub there. Nope, it slid on me again. We want to make sure it's in there good and not crinkled or anything. I think we've got it. Okay, so put these 4 screws on. Okay, now that we got that done, we can go ahead and, oh no, you know what? I wanted to change this gasket. For sake of time, you guys, everything really is just the reverse. Okay, so we come back over here, right? And then, let's see, that hooks in that way to our throttle. So it's going to go this way to here. Okay, like so. Yep. Let's see. Oh, that's our choke. Shit, sorry. I know I have this. Wait a minute here. Okay. That goes down there, I thought. Oh, yeah, this... Nope. Hold on, guys. I'm a little confused here. Sorry. There we go. Like, what the hell? No, that's still not right. Uh-oh. This is my trigger. This is my choke. Oh, you know what? No. I was wrong. I took the choke lever off. I'll be damned. I could have sworn I took the trigger off, not the choke lever. Okay, well, that is right then. So, sorry. This is our choke lever. Are we still on camera? Okay. It goes over here. I didn't even notice that it had come off. Well, let me hook this on first, because then it's going to be a lot harder. So, it's going to be easier if you hook your throttle linkage on first. Ah, you bastard. I hate these things. I believe it's going to be like that. There we go. Nope, I got it upside down, damn it. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. Now we're making headway. Okay. So then that's going to hook onto there. But let's put it on here first. And it'll hook down there on our choke lever. Come on, baby. Okay, there we go. Oh, shit, I didn't put the ball on either, damn it. I forgot my little elastic. A lot of times these are rotted out. So you have to use like a zip tie or something. Or you could use hair tie. I've used a hair tie, rubber band, all kinds of different stuff to make that work. Because if that's not there holding them together, then it just doesn't throttle and everything right. Okay, so we got that. Hook our fuel line back on. Maybe. Big old nipple. I like medium-sized nipples. Medium darkness. Oh, Christ almighty. Okay, there we go. That's that. Get this right here. Line those 2 bolts up. And that's pretty much it. Tighten down your 2 bolts. Okay, and then we'll see if this bad bitch starts and runs better. Unfortunately, you guys, I can't cut with this right now, but I promise I will try to get a cut video. I don't even know if I can pull cord, but the only reason I'm going to try is because it's got a decom valve. I told Eric he would have to pull cord on his saws, that I would do all the work, but he would have to pull cord. And oh, good thing I just saw I left a couple of things off. My 2 inlet needles I left out, and my shit, I left my 2 inlet needles out, and I also left out my grommet for the inlet needles. Let's see. Yep, okay, that is right. I was very gently checking depth there, you guys, to make sure I didn't mix them up right there. Okay, and I'm going to put these about 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 turns out to start with, once I get the saw put back together. Damn, 30 minutes. I did not want a 30-minute video. Shit. Forgot we were replacing our rim spline, neighbors. Oh, Okay, you guys, I'm having nightmares and nightmares and nightmares over here, and it's been about 2 hours. So I'm about done for the night because it's 1:45 in the morning, and I did not expect to be out here for more than 30 minutes. So that's going to be it for this. I'll try to do a video. I noticed it was already running, that screen clogged up. I know it's going to run good. I just wanted to show you guys it running, but it's better to see it running and cutting wood. So we will do that with this saw on the channel as well before Eric picks this saw up. And then what I'll do is, by the time I get that video up, you might not have it right now, but if it's done and live now, you'll have an info card here. Might not have it the first few people that see this video, but once we get this video made, we'll put an info card right here. We'll add it on after the fact. Okay, neighbors? So be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle. I love all you neighbors, even though I really fucking suck at it. Till next time, hashtag persevere. Okay, screw it. We're going to see if this thing will start. Damn it. Since it's not super hard to pull with the decon valve in. Ugh. Okay, just want to make sure I've got my choke out. Okay. Get some flow flowing through the carburetor here. Now it's going to take a minute because we just rebuilt our carburetor. Come on, baby. Okay, I'm going to open up the needles a little bit here. Give her some more fuel. If I can find them. Got the low there. Where's our high at? There it is. Let's try that. Come on, baby. Yeah, baby. She runs a lot better now. Idle's good. Once we get it in some wood, we'll tune it up right. Now we got to get out of the shop before we die. Love you, neighbors.